Yeah, hi Mamta. Jatin this side. Have we started this conversation? Mamta, are you there?
Sorry, I was on mute actually. Yeah, hi Jatin. You can start that.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, you can start the webinar.
Okay. Hello everyone. Jatin this side. So welcome all to this conversation. Today we are going to have a conversation regarding the what is DevOps and all. Before that, if let me start. I will tell you something about our organization, DevOps University, and we what we do. What is my experience? I will introduce everything about it. Then we will go towards the topic and discussions for today. Then I will have a QA session where you can ask your doubts and queries. So let's begin. About us, like DevOps University is one of the very reputed institution in which we provide different courses. One of the course is regarding the DevOps. In DevOps, we cover up different topics like Git. We have a GitHub. We have a Ansible, Terraform. Then we have Docker, Kubernetes. Along with it, we also cover up some cloud services. Either it could be onto a AWS or either onto the Azure side. It depends, like the people, how it going towards which one. Usually in my classes, I cover up the Azure because I have a more on proficiency on Azure, and also I have seen in market that demand of Azure cloud is growing too much nowadays. So if I talk about all those things, we will see how things can be helpful. These are the few courses and the expenses which is there for this particular one. If any discount or something is there, you can talk directly to the team. Then, if I tell you about the how the team is growing, how DevOps University is working, these are few of the certifications. The people who have done the DevOps University certifications through us. These are the few of these ones customer testimonials. So you can see how the team is growing up, how our university is performing. Okay. These Once you complete your DevOps course, you will get this certificate from us. After completing your course, you have to fill up your assignments and all. Once you give that all completion of your task is done, then we give you the certification. About me, I will be your trainer. I have a 10 plus years of experience in DevOps engineer. As a DevOps engineer, plus I have worked on different products till now. So if I tell you about myself, in the teaching side, I have a 5 plus years of experience. Before that, I was working with one of the reputed companies regarding the DevOps and different tools. I have worked on Azure DevOps, GitHub, Docker, Kubernetes. Then I have worked on Terraform, Ansible. All those tools I have still worked on, and still I am working on these tools on with the different teams over there. Now, so we all are here. You have joined here. You might have some questions or queries, or might be you have heard about the DevOps from somewhere. Correct? Maybe your friends, families, or maybe people, institutes are reaching out to you regarding their DevOps, and you must have also seen that these days DevOps is the very demanding technology which is required in the different industries. Even people who are already working on to the cloud system on premises are moving towards the public clouds, clouding system, maybe Azure, AWS, GCP. So multiple companies are now transforming. They are migrating their data from on premises to the public cloud. So in all these scenarios, what we need up a DevOps. So Earlier, the process was done manually, but now the DevOps has been introduced. So most of the companies are moving towards the automations. So DevOps came up with the two terms. One is called developers plus operations. Many times you must have seen when we talk about DevOps, an infinity sign comes up. Correct. So what does that infinity sign means? It means continuous. Means any product or software you are developing that is done continuously. Development is done continuously at some point of time, and also it goes to the different phases in which we will talk about it in more in detail during the courses. So what usually happens in this one earlier, developers and operations team used to have a conflict regarding the deployment of the applications, like who will deploy, or maybe if their operations team is deploying, then they used to face up a lot of issues in sharing of the informations or any requirement software installations. So the role was not quite informative in the earlier stages. But nowadays, when we have came up with the DevOps, now everything is predefined. Now, what was the use of our DevOps? It was used to build up a barrier. So you can say it was used to build up a bridge between the developers plus operations team. So that is how this term came up, DevOps. Now, as the technology is growing and advancement of requirements are growing, now with the DevOps, many of you must have heard about DevSecOps. That is another thing, DevSecOps. That means security plus operations. Many more are coming up. DevOps AMI, machine learning AI. Usually, what happens in this case, like we create up we have a multiple softwares into the market, like we have a Azure DevOps. Okay, we have a Azure DevOps. We also have another tools like GitHub Actions. We have AWS DevOps, and we also have earlier we were using up many companies were using up a Jenkins. Even in our course content, we use up a Jenkins. So all these tools, whether you call it as a Azure DevOps, whether you call it up a Jenkins, okay, whether you call it up a GitHub Actions, or you have many more in the market. All these works on a same platform, means same platform means they work onto a same technology, that is a continuous integration and continuous deployment. So what is a continuous integration, continuous deployment? In context of this continuous integration and continuous deployment means like developers are constantly making up a changes, and they are constantly deploying that particular code onto the servers. So what is happening in that case, if they are continuously deploying and making up a changes, any developer who is making up a changes, that changes goes very easily to the different environment, like dev environment, QA environment, and production environment. That things will cover up in during the classes. How does it work? How the things work on this complete stages. So different tools were there into the market, which is in highly in demand. Earlier, Jenkins was used like it was an open source tool. Then we have a GitHub Actions, AWS, Azure DevOps. Each product has their own quality, but basics and technology between these particular tools are same. So in our courses, we always cover up a Jenkins. In Jenkins, we will do a lot of hands-on activities. So in our cases, we always try to cover up a hands-on activities because we believe that hands-on activities will only the thing which will help you to grow and learn. Because once you do the hands-on activities, you get to know or you come across different issues, you face different problems and all, then you try to resolve them, you try to troubleshoot them. And troubleshooting is the best thing to learn in future. So we always try to go with the Jenkins and other tools. I will help you in learning of the not in detail, but I will give you a brief introduction on Azure DevOps as well during that course. Okay, so if you see, these are the different parameters which introduction to DevOps which we cover up: definition, goals, key principles. In this one, you have different points: development plus operation. What is the benefit of using up our DevOps and its goals? It's faster to deliver, higher quality, improved collaboration, great efficiency, continuous improvement. These are the different goals of the DevOps. Okay. Then we have a key principles of the DevOps like automation, collaboration, continuous integration, continuous delivery, and monitoring and feedback. So these are the different principles on which DevOps work. Now, if I talk about another thing, what is our DevOps lifecycle? We plan, we code, build, test, release, deploy, operate, monitor, and optimize. So many people say, do we need to learn up all those things? Yes, if you're a DevOps engineer, then these things should be well known. What is the DevOps lifecycle? Like in planning, we always plan it. Planning is not a complete part, like you can say that 70 or 80% of the things is done by the project manager, like how what need to be done, how it need to be done. But from the technical side, as a DevOps engineer, you will define them, you will support them to do these things, how to make up a complete architecture. That thing will you will help from your side. So that is a DevOps life cycle. Then coding. Coding is done by the software engineer, but you should have a basic knowledge of the coding. I am not saying detailed knowledge, but a basic knowledge. Why basic knowledge? Because when you are going to implement something, you should have a basic knowledge of that tool. So if you're going to deploy a Java application, you should know how does the Java work? What is a compiler? What is a different tools used to build that particular set of code. So I will tell you all those things during the classes. Now, next comes about the test. Now, testing is also done by the testing team. You should have a basic knowledge of testing, like what does the team do? What are their basic needs? So that if you have to provide the support to the testing team, at least you should know what they are trying to do. So next thing comes about the releases. Releases means when you are deploying to a different environment. So releases depends upon the stages like dev stage, QA stage, or production stage. So you should know that how you can will release that product. Why you should know how to release that product? Because it will go in different phases. And as a DevOps engineer, your role is that you don't that the downtime of deploying that application should be very less. So you should be aware of those releases. Then deploy. In case of deploy, also you should know how you're deploying your application. At the end, like you have a monitoring and optimize. Monitoring and optimize is used in such scenarios where you monitor the complete work of that uh, tool. So once your application is deployed, now you have to monitor its performance of the server, performance of the application. In that case, you have to monitor, and then also according to that you have to take the actions. Actions means that you have to provide the best features to the users and the end people. So in that case you have to optimize them, optimize your servers as well from the cost perspective, and also a performance perspective you have to optimize. Then it comes about tools and technologies. So like I've told you, in DevOps lifecycle, we have different phases. Now, each and every phase will have their own set of tools. For example, in case of coding, in case of code, you have created up a code, but now you will share that code with someone or maybe with your team. To share the code with your team or someone, how will you share? You will store that code onto a Git repository. So you should have a knowledge of Git repository. Then it comes about build. In building means you are creating up a packages. So for that you will use the tools like Jenkins, Azure DevOps, or any other tools, you can use it. Then you have a testing. For testing, like Selenium is used. So testing can be done manually also or through the scripting. That is also done through the any other tool. The tool can be scripting if you're using. You can use a Git, is you can say Azure DevOps itself, GitHub Actions also. Different tools are there. So many things comes into that place. So the few of the examples are over here. You can go through this slide. Okay. Now for monitoring, we have Prometheus and Grafana. These are the two monitoring tools which are highly used into the market. So the Prometheus and Grafana is highly used in any company for monitoring the performance of the servers. Besides this, other softwares are also there into the market, like Datadog, or you can say within the Azure you have App Insights, app monitoring tools. But these are the common ones which are used into the industry. If I talk about the culture, DevOps is not just about the tools, it's about a culture shift. So why I'm saying this one, that it's not just about the tools. Tools help you to implement, but nowadays, the trend is towards the automations. Either you go with the any of the tools, the trend is towards the automation because we want the to spend less of time in doing our day-to-day work. Even if you are creating up any application, you want your application should be live as soon as possible. So how automation will help you? If you have a automation, you can do that work very easily. If you have a manual work, you will take up a lot of time for doing the same thing. So that is about the DevOps. Okay. Then why DevOps? Because these are the benefits: faster time to market, improved software quality, enhanced collaboration, reduced manual errors, increased efficiency, continuous feedback improvements, scalability, cost savings, security compliance. So these are the different benefits of the DevOps. If I talk about this first point, faster time to market, it means when you create any application, see, nowadays you must be using of a smartphone. In your smartphone, many applications you have seen, WhatsApp or Facebook, anything. Too frequently, you must have seen the new versions come up into the market. New versions means new changes are there into the application. Now, if you want to deploy those applications too easily and frequently, then you can use up a DevOps, because it will be faster to do. Already scripts will be there, just you can run. Earlier, what used to happen, we used to wait for the senior persons. Once they will verify if they are on leave, we can't do it. So if any person leaves the company, then we can't do it. But in a DevOps nowadays, just a click will help you to complete your task. Then improved software quality. Why we say improved software quality? Because in case of DevOps, we do a continuous testing and integrations. All things we do it continuously. So, and we also test our code, or you can say test the product. Then the software quality gets improved. We take up a proper feedbacks from the users. So most of the time when you install any software, you get up a welcome page, and after welcome page, after 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, they ask for your feedback. Why they ask for a feedback? Because once they get up a feedback, after that they make up a improvement to the code. If they have something onto a UI side or backend side, they make up the proper changes according to it and into a in a daily routine. Okay. Then we have a scalability. Scalability means like as per the requirements of that product, your changes onto a software or your hardware also changes. For example, if you talk about day-to-day work on Amazon.com. In Amazon.com, you know that on a regular days only, let's suppose 1 lakh people log in and they try to purchase the things. But when we special Christmas Day or Diwali festival comes up, then what happens? We go to that Amazon.com, correct? And then the traffic increases on that particular specialty days. So now demands of the servers increases on those days. Now to meet up those demands, you need to have a scalability. You scale up or scale down. That we will discuss scale up and scale down during the classes. But scalability helps you to manage your complete set of resources very easily, and helps you to improve the performance of the softwares. Then we have a cost savings. In case of cost savings means like you want to save the cost onto a product which you have installed. For example, when you create any virtual machine, if you create any virtual machine, usually you have to spend some money. But if I have purchased a high expensive virtual machine, which is not even required, I can scale down and then I can save up the money. So cost savings, these are different analysis which we run up through the DevOps, and then we try to save the money in that part. So that's the part of cost saving. Security, any application which we are using up these days, first requirement is security of our data, our information, personal information, or any information should be secure. So in that case, we use up a security and compliance. These tests are done through the DevOps. Then we have other things are there, many competitive advantages, cultural transformation, alignment with modern technologies. These are the different benefits of using up the DevOps. So why should we go for DevOps? Okay. So okay, let's take up a hold for 2 minutes and tell me that you all are here. Why you are here for this session? Like what inspired you? Okay, how you got an inspiration to join the sessions related to DevOps? Why you all are here? Please put up your responses onto the chat. I'm giving 2 minutes. Guys, anyone? Any one of you? What is DevOps according to you? Why you thought about moving your career to DevOps, or why you are thinking to learn DevOps? I don't see any answers. Okay, good, Nelson. I can see your comments. If any one of you wants to speak, let me know. We will allow you to speak. We will unmute you. Anyone if wants to speak, you can unmute yourself.
Uh, Hello.
Yeah, hi Santosh.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Uh, I just listened to your class. Actually, I got so much knowledge from this class with injury. Actually, I learned tools before this one, but I don't know why we are using. So, what is the goals? I understand today. Thank you for that one. So, my question is actually right now. I am fresher. Is there any opportunities for fresher for the DevOps?
See, it all depends upon your knowledge. Opportunities are always there, whether you're an expert or you're a fresher. If you tell you about these things, it doesn't matter if you have a knowledge. So you must have seen in news or at different places, many freshers even get a like a higher packages, extremely higher packages than the senior people as well. Why? Because they have a knowledge. So knowledge is a key. If you have that, you can do anything. Even these on paper experiences sometimes don't matter. If I tell you about myself, even when I started my career, I was an application support analyst. Then I moved towards the DevOps. So I changed my career in between. So it's like if you're a fresher, it's just about the opportunity. And I would say many people think, and mostly freshers think, we want to join a big size organizations because of which they leave the small size or mid-size companies opportunities. My advice is the opportunity which you are getting, grab it, start learning, and then look towards the big organizations.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Afzal, cool. So, see, over here we will talk when you will join the classes, we will talk about it, like what is your day-to-day routine and how you can help use these tools in your day-to-day life. So, if you are from the admin side, let's suppose you are from an admin side, your daily task is to create some virtual machine, provide the permissions, or do some XYZ things. Then in that side, what you can do? In that side, you can bring up automations, like you can create up the infrastructure, you can create up a PowerShell scripts, you can create up a you can create up a pipelines, you can do multiple things which will help you to do the automation part. Okay, cool. Any other questions, anyone? Okay. Now, many people have always have a doubt who should go for the DevOps. So I have created few slides. The if you are working into any of this current uh, domain, then you can go for the DevOps. Even if you are not working in these domains and you are enthusiastic to learn, then also you can go towards the DevOps. There is no restrictions towards the learnings. I have seen in past the people from the HR background, from the MBA side, management side, have moved towards the technical. The only thing was like they have to learn or devote extra time towards the learnings than the IT guy. But it's not difficult to switch your career if you have a learnings and understanding of the tools and there. Okay, so who should go for the DevOps? Like software development teams, either your quality teams is there, software development person is there. If you're from the IT operations, system administrator, network and security teams, they can go for it. If you're from the product manager, if you are a product owner, then you can go for this DevOps. So these are the few roles can go towards the DevOps side. Now, these are the ones, DevOps coverage across technologies. So most of these we will cover up during the sessions. So first thing is software development technology. So we have two things. What is called as a version controlling. Version controlling is like when you take up a code, you store at some place. So if you heard about Git, Git is a technology which 100% of the people of software development team uses. Why? Because they have to store up a code and after that they have to share it. Why the you to use up a Git instead of any file directory? The benefit is like in case of Git, it you helps you to version controlling, means whatever changes you are making into the code, that will be recorded. Beside this, if you're from the software development team, you can use up a programming languages like Java, Python, and all. You can use them. Then, if you are from a on-premises cloud engineer, then you can use up a web development cloud services to work on this one. Containerization and orchestrations. Container orchestrations are the most common one and highly in demand these days. That is related to Docker and Kubernetes. If you heard about that, it's good. Otherwise, we will cover up into the sessions. Then we have infrastructure and management. Infrastructure, like you create up the resources onto any cloud service provider. And to manage them, we use up a different tools like Terraform or Ansible. Then networking side, all those things will be covered up during the classes. Once you gain the knowledge of the DevOps, so at what stages you can join? If you are a fresher, you can go with the DevOps engineer as a fresher. Then after that, you get a promotions and go to the different stages. So like release manager, automation architecture, site reliability, security engineer, quality assurance, infrastructure as a code specialist. So within the DevOps also multiple domains came up over there. So if I tell you in the part of this, so for example, let me create the new page. I always say DevOps have two sides. One side is the infrastructure side. Okay, infra side, and another one is the you can say software development side. So in case of infra side, you work as an administrator mostly, uh, task related to the admins. Although if you have a knowledge of both infra and also you can say software development side, then it's a very good thing. If not, then you can select your side which one you want to go. In infra side, mostly you have to work on to the cloud. Okay, you have to maintain the cloud infrastructure. So otherwise, if you want to go to software development side, then you should have a basic knowledge of the programming language, whatever programming language you have. So programming language, you have to knowledge something related to test cases, CI/CD pipeline. So CI/CD pipelines can be used in both the cases, in infrastructure also and software development also. You can use at both the side, but these are the two fields I usually say can be given up between the DevOps. Okay. Then we have a career path of DevOps engineer. If I say firstly as a junior DevOps engineer, then DevOps engineer, senior architecture, DevOps manager, specialized DevOps role, DevOps consultant trainer, DevOps this one CTO. So these are the different stages you can go one after the other once you get the promotions. Okay, now questions and answer session. We will take next 10 minutes question and queries. Then we will wrap up the today's session. Anyone, any questions? Meanwhile, I will write it down what topics we cover up. Guys, please unmute yourself and ask your questions. So these will be the topics which we cover up in our complete DevOps course. And all will be with the hands-on activities. Proper assignments will be given on the weekends, and then you have to do that, complete those assignments throughout your week. And if I tell you about my teaching method, I always create the groups so that you, if you have any doubts during the weekdays, then you can discuss among yourself and try to resolve the queries. This will help you in current status and in future as well, because you all are from the different domain. So what is the benefit of having up a conversation in groups? If someone is having some experience or if they are good in some point of time, then they can help the other guy in learning and teaching. My always the focus is to have a hands-on activities, because without hands-on activities, it's very difficult to learn. Just going through the slides and doing the reading out the topics and telling you the all the things, it's not easy, or even if it is not fruitful for all of you. So always during the class also, and after that also, we provide you the hands-on activities and activities to different assignments to do the work. Now, any questions and doubts? Anyone? Christiania, Anshika, Santosh, Afzal. Mamta, if you want to cover something, you can cover up.
Okay, I just want to say this thing only that if you guys having no doubt, then we can wrap up the session. Or if you don't want to say or ask, you can message, like you can type in the chat box also. Plus, I have shared the discounted link for the enrollment. The workshop is going to start from coming 21st of October. So you can join us. And if you will be having any query related to the workshop, anything, I'm just typing one email also. You can share your email on that particular ID, whatever the concern or whatever you want to know related to the workshop. So please, if anyone is having any doubt, like you can ask.
Am I
And
audible?
recordings will be up. Yeah, now you are audible. And just one more thing, that the recordings of this webinar that will be uploaded after this session on on our YouTube channel. Okay, it will take some time. Maybe on Monday you will get the recordings. Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, I have one question. You are talking about Azure DevOps. This certificate is only related to Azure DevOps, or it might also cover AWS or something like that?
In this course, we will cover up Azure.
Okay.
This certification which
Like,
we'll get from our university, that will be a journal one. That is a DevOps. Okay. Inside the DevOps, we will teach up these tools. Okay. If no other questions, then Mamta, we can close the session.
all right. No one has any doubt. Yeah, then we are good to go. No problem. We can wrap up the session. So thank you for joining the session. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.